What if you bought a Stream Deck and you want to use it to control ProPresenter? Is there an easy way to do that without using the third-party software called Companion? Which personally I like, but not everyone does. Well, stick around and I'll show you how. Presented by Church Tech U, it's the ProPresenter Show. On today's show, how to use the Stream Deck software with a Stream Deck to control ProPresenter. Hi and welcome again to the ProPresenter Show. This is the show where I teach all about ProPresenter. My name's Paul Allen Clifford. And before we get started, if you just got a new Stream Deck, or maybe you've had it for a while and just haven't known exactly what to do with it, tell me about it in the comments below. So suffice it to say, I'm a big fan of Companion, which is third-party software. It's free, but it's free third-party software from bitfocus.io. But I recognize that the default software can do some pretty cool stuff. In fact, I think it looks a little bit better, just the UI. And so I thought that I would share how to use the ProPresenter app in that. So let's head over to the computer. So here we are in ProPresenter, but I have right underneath here, I have, well, not that, I have this. And that is the Stream Deck software. So let me first tell you that you just download this from the website. I believe that it is elgato.com. That's the manufacturer of the Stream Deck. Depending on which Stream Deck you got, the UI might be a little bit smaller than this. So they do make a mini one which only has 6 buttons here. So like those 6. Then they have the regular one, and it has 12 buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, and then 1, 2, 3 rows. So 12 buttons. I bought that one first, and then once I started getting used to it, I thought, you know, the only thing that would make this better is if it had more buttons. Now they do make one that's kind of like the regular one with knobs, and they just released, as I'm recording this, in 2026, June of 26. They also released one with knobs and this size of buttons. So might be different depending on which of those you've got. There's just a pedal as well, a few different options. So anyway, depending on which you've got, it might look different. But first off, you'll plug it in, set it up, and now you need to add the ProPresenter integration here. So if you just do a search for ProPresenter and actually do that under plugins, you'll notice that it's here. I've already installed it. You would have to click here and then download it and install it. But once you've done that, then you've got all of these buttons. So I've actually added these in order, starting here with this one and moving on. So we have the audio button, and that enables you to, first off, you will need to connect it to ProPresenter. Notice it's connected to my, well, it would be. So here, let's try doing that. That one? No. Okay. Add new. And then it's going to need the IP address and port. Well, I'll show you where to get that, because that's easy. Click on ProPresenter and go to ProPresenter Settings and then Network. Do make sure that network is turned on, because if it's turned off, it won't work at all. So you will need to turn that on. And then this is the IP address that you need. Mine is 192.168.82.242 and port 49620. So let's add new 49620. See if that, make sure that I remember. 49620, 242. Okay, so that should work. 192.1. Let's make sure. 168.86.242. 49620. Huh. For whatever reason, that's not connected right now. I am on a beta version, so it could be that there's something like that going on. But anyway, doesn't matter for this particular thing. Just know that here, I'm just going to go through and delete all of these and see if that helps it. Doesn't have the best internet, but you want to live stream, you could live stream at 720p while it separates it from some of the other competitors. And then, but you might be still having problems. Don't know exactly what's going on right there, but if you have trouble like that, you can always reach out to support@renewedvision.com. But anyway, so I can type in, let's see, pre-service mix if I wanted to, and then normally I would be able to select a particular audio playlist. So that's what this is. I can also click on this to change the formatting here. So I can change the icon. This just popped up on another screen, so that's a possibility as well. I can click on this and change the formatting. So right now it's on the bottom. I can make it middle, top. I can also, by the way, carriage return there, and notice that that's a little bit easier to read. So I could do that. I can change the font, change the size, etc., change the color, whatever. So actually I'm going to make that a little bit smaller just so that it's a little bit better there. So that's that. Just occurred to me I haven't restarted this in a few days, so it might just be that simple that I just need to restart it. But anyway, so that's all the stuff I could do. But I wanted to show you all these different icons here and what they're set up to do by default. So we've got audio, plays an audio playlist. This can start a capture or start a recording. So start, stop, toggle. This is a clear button, so I can clear either different layers or clear all. This is to find my mouse, which is very helpful. If you lose your mouse, you can just go over to your Stream Deck, hit that button, and it'll pop into the middle of your screen. Here we have the group, so I can select a particular group. I can select a particular look preset, a macro, a prop. This one goes to the next slide. I could also change that to previous slide, and notice by default the icon changes, so that's obvious. There, stage screen, I can select different stage screen layouts. This is to start a video playing, change to a different video input, I think. Oh, sorry. So this is a different slide. This is the stage screen. This is actually starting a timeline, which is a helpful feature to have if you use the timeline feature whatsoever. This starts a timer. I do think that these three all having the same icon can be a little confusing, so feel free to change those. And then, or it might just be adding the label is all you need. And then the last one is the transport control, so just play, pause, etc. for whether it's just the regular slide, an announcement layer, or the audio layer. and then we have the ability to switch between video inputs. So some cool stuff. These icons are really nice in there. As I mentioned before, that's not the only way to do it, but it was officially released by Renewed Vision, so it is one of the ways that they do it. Over in Companion, if you go to bitfocus.io and download that instead, I do have another video. Actually, I've got 3 or 4 videos on how to use Companion. I probably need to update it because they've added some features recently. But that's actually what I do when I'm doing stuff for this tutorial. So right now, that was just a button in Companion that I hit that controls one of the video switchers I have here in my studio. So I do all that with a Stream Deck here. And it's actually a Stream Deck connected to a Raspberry Pi. So I'm just getting power here and network, and that's it. So it's not even USB directly connected to my computer. That's all happening over the network. So anyway, if you'd like to learn more about that, I'm going to make a cheat sheet with each of the things that you can do and what you can do, and also tell you some troubleshooting steps if you run into the network problem that I did. I think I probably just need to restart the Stream Deck app. Till now, if you want that, head on over to tdm.fyi/. Let's try that one more time. Okay, I'll just put that in post. tdm.fyi/progifts2606 and give me your name and email address, having selected the Stream Deck cheat sheet, and we can go from there. Till next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford from TrinityDigitalMedia.com and ChurchTechU.com, reminding you to go out and change eternity.